everybody, it is Professor Parrish and welcome to English 109. I am really excited to have you all as students this summer. This course is going to go by very quickly, so I've made this lecture video for week one to kind of go over everything on our page, what all to pay attention to, how the class works, and then go over week one so that you all will know what to do, where to turn things in, and how the class functions. So, hello, I'm going to be your instructor, Miss Parrish, for the next, 8 weeks. It will go by very, very quickly because this class is very fast paced. It gets done rather quickly. And when you're done, you'll be ready for English 121. So I'm really excited to have you all as students. This is our home page. If you went to your courses and the dashboard here on Canvas, you probably saw it's the one with SpongeBob and the infamous paper with just the on it. Because I find that English 109 is a great refresher course. It's a stepping stone course into English 121, and it also helps to kind of go over various techniques, grammar, otherwise, to get you prepared for the writing that you'll encounter in English 121. So first things first, on our home page, you'll notice that in the center here is this course information. I'm going to go over this with y'all. And then as you scroll down, you'll see that I've organized each week in order of assignments. Now, the first 2 weeks, week 1 and week 2, you have access to right now. So you will be able to get on and you can do the discussion forum, the assignments, all of that for weeks 1 and 2. These module guides, we'll go over those. Make sure that you read them each week. They detail all the assignments. You can copy them down or print them off, and they'll tell you what all is due. You'll notice after that most of them will have a little thing that says like will unlock. And so I try to do just 1 week ahead at a time because I don't want people getting confused with all the assignments. So every week, a new further week will unlock. So if you know you're going to be gone on a trip, if you know you got a vacation scheduled, if you know that you got stuff to do, this will let you work ahead the week before, so that way you don't have to worry about it while you're gone. So, and if for some reason you know you're going to be gone and you want something opened up sooner, please email me and ask, and I would be happy to do that. But you can scroll down here and see all the assignments as we go, and then finals week and so on. So each week I'll have a lecture video talking about what we're doing in the class, but for this week, we're going to talk about 2 things, the course information as well as module 1. Out here to the side, you'll notice that there are different things you can click on. The only ones you should really focus on are the discussions, the grades, and the modules. This assignments page you can go to, but it's kind of confusing. I don't like how Canvas sets it up. I would rather do things by modules or by week. So I would just stick with the modules. You can see things here in order. You can also view your grades at any time and the discussion forums. You can either click on the discussion or go straight to the discussion post itself. So as far as the course instructor page goes, I'll show you all it first. This just gives you information about me. Our syllabus is right here, which we're going to go over here in just a second. But my email address is listed right here. You can also go to the inbox here on Canvas and send me an email if you need to. My office hours in the summer are Wednesday and Thursdays from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. So throughout the week, I will check my email. On the weekends, I don't check my email as often because, like you all, I'm out doing things on the weekend. But throughout the week, I'll check my email. But Wednesday and Thursday especially, I will be on campus, and I will definitely be checking my email those days if you have any questions. SIC is closed on Fridays in the summer, so just keep that in mind. And then my education information, all that fun stuff is right here. But let's go ahead and look at the syllabus for this semester. This is pretty important. The syllabus I treat very seriously, so if you check it out, we're just going to kind of do a brief overview. I'm not going to read it word for word. I'm sure you all will be able to do that on your own time, but I wanted to kind of go over and hit the highlights that I feel are very important for this class to talk about. So as far as what goes on with our class and the syllabus, if it'll ever decide to download, I'll go ahead and click download and we'll just download a copy of it to view here. But essentially, there we go. Essentially, the syllabus is going to detail a lot of different things for you. And it's going to open up here so we can see it. There we go. Look at that. So it has the content information about the class. I'm not going to read all of this, but basically this is to get you prepared for English 121. We're going to be writing papers that are very similar to those you write in English 121. We'll be looking at some grammar things, looking at textbook activities that talk about formatting, just talking about stuff that you should know before you get into English 121. Because honestly, English 121 and 122, they don't focus on grammar or mechanics very much because those classes expect you to have those skills so that they don't need to be reviewed. And I know for a lot of students, if English is not your subject, you're like, oh, I kind of need a refresher in that, or I kind of want some more practice with that before I get to 121. And that's kind of what this class is for. So as far as going down here, the textbook, this is actually the 10th edition. Don't let that 9th edition fool you. I need to honestly change that. The bookstore at SIC will have the right edition. So just go with the one that SIC's bookstore has, but it should be the 10th edition. Now, as far as this class goes, it is out of 1,000 points. I am not that type of instructor that's like, oh, you'll just have one final in the midterm and that determines your whole grade. No, this class is very balanced. And what I mean by that is that we have discussion forums, we'll do reading responses, we do grammar reviews, textbook activities, we prep for your papers, and we do the papers themselves. And we do have a midterm and a final, but it's made to where if for some reason this summer you miss some work, it's not like the end of the world. These points are not fluff. They are assignments. They do have an impact and they do have a purpose, but they are meant to help be a cushion as well so that you can get the grade that you want. And the grading scale is here. Now, as far as I am concerned as an instructor, my big thing is that my stickler as an instructor is that work has to be turned in on time by the due date. It's just like having a job, like having anything else. If you have a deadline, you need to make it. So, because you have the entire week to do assignments, I do not accept late work. Now, as a college student that's online, you're responsible for completing your work by the due date, but you're also responsible for having backup measures in place if you have a technological issue. So I don't consider technology an excuse for late work. So if you lose internet on Sunday night and you're like, oh no, Miss Parrish, I lost internet connection, I'm going to be like, you should have done the work throughout the week. And so that's something you need to be prepared for. Procrastination is not your friend in this class. Do not wait until Sunday to do your assignments. The deadline's there so that if you have to wait till Sunday, you can, but it's not recommended. Because like I said, if you waited all week and then on Sunday your internet goes out, I'm going to be like, well, go to a friend's house, go to a family member's house, go to a library, go somewhere to get access, right? As a student, I have made accommodations when technology has not been friendly. I've gone to a McDonald's at 8 p.m. to do an assignment. I've gone to a library over the summer when my internet at home went out. You can find things to do as students that are able to get the job done, right? And you can always come out to campus Monday through Thursday to do the work if you believe that your internet at home is not sufficient. But you do need to have good internet to do this class. If you don't have a computer internet access, you might reconsider taking this course. If you have any ADA accommodations, I'm the ADA coordinator here on campus. You can let me know and I can help you with that. As far as retention and completion goes, we do utilize Starfish. So if I see a student, if you've missed a week's worth of class, I'm going to send in a Starfish. You only get a week to miss. After that, I'm going to be like, you've got to turn something in or I'm going to drop you. So just be aware of that. If you miss more than a complete week of work of assignments, I'm going to be reaching out and suggesting that you do that work for the next week or you will be withdrawn. This outline is important. This just covers everything that we do in the class each week and what's going on. So you can pay attention to that. It's also online as well. And then this part right here is not important. That's just for the college. And then the final page does talk about the resources that we have on campus and any supplemental material. So that is the syllabus, but like I said, my main stickler about it is just to make sure you turn all of your work in on time. All right, speaking of which, So the other resources to access for this week, there are different tips for researching, choosing a topic, what a research paper is, revising, and MLA. These are all here on the course information module if you ever need them. They're not required readings, they're just if you need to look over them. We'll go over this citation presentation as we go through the class. So we will touch base on that at some point. But let's talk about week 1. So this module 1 guide, make sure you click it each week because it's going to have the assignments, and I'm also going to post the lecture video here. So make sure that you watch that. But essentially, it's going to show what is due every week. So it's going to be, everything is due by Sunday night. So make sure that you write these assignments down, make a list for yourself, whatever you need to do. But essentially you have a discussion forum, a textbook activity, a grammar review, and the first reading response are all due this first week. Since we're only 8 weeks, we're doing twice the amount of work in half the time. So it's a short semester, so it's going to go by very quickly. As far as the discussion forum, I'll show you guys kind of how that's set up. You basically, each discussion forum is worth 30 points. You have an initial post that's worth, this should be 20 points actually, not 10. So I'm going to change that. It's actually worth 20 points instead of 10. I'm going to go ahead and update that for y'all. And then each of your responses are worth 10 points each, or worth 5. So as far as that goes, just kind of keep that in mind. As your responses go, I don't want them to just be like, oh, great job, or I agree. They need to have some kind of content to them. So what I'm grading on is looking for grammar errors. If your replies are too brief or quick, then I'm going to take off, and then nothing will be accepted after Sunday. So just make sure that you post the answer to the questions, and then you post your replies by Sunday evening. So for this week, the discussion forum is pretty simple. It's just introducing yourself, explaining what your strength as a writer is, what you hope you learn out of the class, things like that. So hopefully, if you have any questions, you can let me know about the discussion forum. And then the textbook activity, we'll show you that. It's just literally assignments from our textbook. Please make sure that you have the textbook this week. You will need it for this assignment. They are available that are free to rent in our bookstore. So there will be a button on here once this class is published that will allow you to upload your textbook activity as well as the grammar review onto the actual Canvas itself. So just be aware of that, and you can see the grammar review. The link to it is right here. And then the final thing is the reading response, which I'm going to pull up here. And that is basically from our textbook as well. If I'm going to click on the reading response, and it's going to open up here and show you all what it looks like here. Basically, the reading response is just choosing from the goals and values set and answering the questions from it. And it's in the pages for that is in our textbook, right? So of course, as you have questions, feel free to let me know. But like I said, the biggest thing about this class is because it's so short, we do a lot each week. So the main thing is don't lose track of time. Like do an assignment a day or do 2 assignments a day, or you can power through and do it all in a day if you've got a day free. But just don't wait until the last minute. The worst thing a student can do is try to wait until Sunday to do all of this. You will be overwhelmed. I can tell you I've had students that just waited till the last minute. They weren't happy with their grade because they waited till last minute and it wasn't quality work. The way I see it with this class is if you do all of the assignments and you put in effort and are trying, you're gonna get the C or higher that you need to advance on into English 121. But you have to make a C or higher in this class to get to English 121. So just be aware of that, right? So that's pretty much it for this first week. You can also see down below that week 2 is open as well. We'll talk about week 2 next week. So just make sure to check your module guide for the lecture videos each week, and we will be able to go over those and I'll explain what we're doing each week in class. So I'm very excited to have you all here as students. I really can't wait to see what you all do. Please let me know if you have any questions, but otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and I will be back very soon with more for English 109. Bye.